We're talking about Sneako again today. Finally, I can put into words how much I dislike this guy. I've been waiting for the opportunity to tear into this dude for literally months now, ever since he started going deep into the Muslim grift. I'm saying grift here extremely loosely, by the way, because it's hard to tell whether Sneako actually believes in any of this religious rhetoric that he talks about all the time, or if he's genuinely about the life he's preaching. If you guys haven't seen this already, Sneako currently got into some drama with XQC following XQC's debate with Aiden Ross, where XQC admonishes and calls Aiden Ross out for being toxic and harmful towards certain groups of people. Long story short, because of this, Sneako started talking very badly about XQC on the internet, using his religion as a point of contention, making some pretty homophobic remarks, and claiming that it is definitely okay to be negative towards people who express alternate identities, such as homosexuality, because God intended otherwise. You know, typical Sneako rhetoric, and he doubles down on this quite a lot. I'm not going to show any clips for any of this, by the way, and at least not extended ones, because he does drop quite a lot of slurs and make some pretty homophobic remarks while saying that people shouldn't be afraid to be homophobic. He doesn't say it in that way, but let's be real here, that's pretty much what he means.
You're doing it the wrong way. Sleep with the woman. You're homophobic. No. God created you a specific way. It's okay to believe that. It's okay. Don't let these people shame you so much, make you think that you're a bad person because you want to follow God's orders.
Anyways, somewhere along the line in the last week or so, Sneako called XQC out to debate on his religious views because XQC was lambasting him over his very negative views, wherein Sneako uses religion as a crux to propel that negativity. And because of this, we got some pretty sweet moments that highlight who Sneako really is as a person. Throughout all of this, Sneako argues issues such as XQC shouldn't be wearing dresses and teaching his child audience that it's okay to be an F slur, and alludes to the fact that X sold out to the devil's influences for a paycheck, as well as other weird morally driven arguments. Yet, interestingly enough, Sneako can't keep his views consistent about child innocence when it comes to the golden debate topic, age of consent. Keep in mind, what led to these arguments in the first place is the fact that he disagreed with X's takes on trans issues and proceeded to make fun of X for kissing dudes and wearing dresses, saying that it's wrong to corrupt kids' minds like that. And this is where things really start getting messy for Sneako, and he really starts failing to keep his opinion straight.
What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Yeah, this is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super. You don't think fucking kids are not as an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? If you want to be consistent, you don't think anything updates, just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past stage at a developed age, Destiny.
At a what is a developed age?
Well,
you would have said a law for it. What would you said it? What would you said it about?
It's a developed age.
No, answer the question, you fucking pussy. Holy shit, you're such a cowardly fuck. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are fucking Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your fucking beliefs. Every other Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act like a little pussy in here trying to grill fucking XQC on fucking on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you won't even answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
You see how?
You see how you want to answer the question? You see how he's gonna yap and not answer the question? I'm gonna ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told you.
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneako thinks you should be able to fuck 9-year-olds. That's what Sneako thinks, and he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's gonna have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views, and that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this shit, bro. Go back to fucking that fucking corner in London where you're getting roasted by year 1 debaters on fucking Christianity. This is retarded. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in here.
Okay, so you can leave the call. I wanted to go talk about this word.
I don't want to leave the call. I like hanging out here. I've talked to a lot of pedophiles in the past, so.
Okay.
And Destiny absolutely destroys this moron, and rightfully so, because this is a question that all normal people can agree on and say, yeah, the age of consent should definitely be 18. Hell, some may argue that it should be older due to the mental issues and other limitations such as finances and experiences, but I digress. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward discussion. We all know that the age of consent is present due to obvious concerns such as trauma and developmental issues, among many more terrifying things. Yet Sneako is so far up his own ass that he can't give a forward answer. It's funny how he's so adamant about XQC's influence on child audience, yet can't say outright that a mature age of consent, say 18 years of age, is a safe standard to protect children. As a matter of fact, for Sneako to even come to this conclusion on his own, whether it was his intention to maintain his religious ideology or to rationalize that children can't consent, he had to be carefully guided to it while arguing the ethics of homosexuality, making delusional claims that you can choose to be gay. Spoiler, you can't.
Being gay is a choice. That's a decision.
Literally, there's no place in the world where it's been discovered how to change somebody's sexuality like that. It just doesn't happen.
You want to know how to not do that? Is just don't kiss a guy as a man.
Do you just not have relationships anymore, or?
No, you could have a relationship, but with the correct sex.
Yeah, but if you don't have any sexual attraction towards them, why would you do that?
That's the wrong feeling. That's just an incorrect.
When you say the wrong feeling, what? According to who?
The same reason you tell pedophile that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think pedophilia is wrong?
No.
Answer. It's a good question.
Yeah,
Answer
I need
it.
to make sure you have any idea.
You
Yeah,
la-
tell me.
you
No,
laugh, but
wait,
you
make him
don't-
answer. Yeah,
no.
don't bail him out. Make him answer. Why is pedophilia wrong, Sneako?
Because it's not how a relationship. Because God says it's wrong.
That's
No.
that's
Keep
the
going.
reason why. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
So
because
Sneako, no,
God
wait.
says
This
it's
is so
wrong.
easy. So then Sneako. So if God tells you that you can kids like he did with Muhammad or whatever, you think that's okay then? That you would change your mind on that tomorrow?
That's not what happened.
No. I'm asking you. If God tells you, Sneako, I think kids is okay, then you would change your mind on it tomorrow.
There has to be a justification for everything.
Oh, hold
for
on.
everything
God
that
has
we
to
do.
didn't say it,
justify
though.
himself? God has to justify it? If you're talking about the need for a justification, then that means something's not good because God says it. It's only good because he's giving you whatever the justification is. So God saying things doesn't mean anything then. So you're just wrong on that. So then what's the justification then for why pedophilia is bad?
Because it's not. Kids cannot consent.
There
Kids are
you
not
go.
able to make a
Good job.
decision.
Yep, you got there. Good job.
What's really terrible for Sneako in all of this is that he tries to use the because God said so argument to everything instead of coming to his own conclusion. It's morally wrong to be gay, he says, because God said so. Then we go back to the topic of age of consent, and now he's saying pedophilia is bad because God said so. Of course, any rational individual can understand that children can't consent. So why couldn't Sneako just have given a proper answer to the question asked earlier? The reason being is that Sneako doesn't actually know what his morals or ideas are. He has no idea how to justify his beliefs. He's so quick to admonish and shit-talk everything else, but doesn't even realize that he doesn't have any rationale to any of his claims. It's all because God this, or because it's not right that. It isn't bad, but it's not right this. And that's all his arguments boil down to.
Why is it then that homosexuality, which can be practiced between two consenting adults, why should that be a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's just not right.
It makes it hard to take anything he says seriously because he has no actual structure to present to justify his claims, which brings me to this clip that I saw where he's just tearing into XUC for flexing on him in another debate where Sneako was being pretty homophobic.
Steve will do it in XQC. Think about that money that you're flexing and the clout that you're flexing. Steve, you say you have more clout. XQC, you say you have more money. When you die, does that matter? What's going to happen when you die? And none of that money is there to save you. What's going to happen if war starts in the country that you're in, just like it's happening in Palestine right now? And people go and push your house down. They're killing your family. They take away, they separate you. What are you going to do with all that money and clout? It's useless now. When you're dead and you're facing judgment day and your actions are going to be judged, what is God going to look at? Is God going to look at your Instagram followers? Or is he going to look at what you did and think, does this person deserve to go to heaven or hell? Did he do the right things or did he go and sell out? Was he promoting something that was positive or negative? Did he leave the world a better place or did he make it worse for his own personal gain? That's what matters. The money, the fame, all of that. Brother, what's that? It's me. Money comes and goes. What do you really need all that money for? I'm a multi-millionaire. XQC has much more money than me. He can call me a brokey and it's accurate. But what can he really do that's different? He sits at home all day playing video games. What are you doing? After a certain amount, you provide for your family, you provide for yourself, and then it's nothing.
So, Sneako, you're talking all this talk about Judgment Day and doing nothing all day and what will you do after 500 years type shit, but the thing is, saying all of this as a critique towards XUC makes you a hypocrite, because you're a horrible individual yourself who has promoted negatives in the past. You yourself have done things behind closed doors that are definitely not good. You have lied, you have flexed your wealth and followers to people as well, the same way X did to you. You are just as likely a candidate for everything you're claiming. You can claim all you want that you're so virtuous in your own regards, but does that really mean anything if you can't stick to your own guns for even just 1 second? The issue with this entire drama that happened between XQC and Sneako is that it really just shows more and more that Sneako is really an untrustworthy individual. Sneako is as dishonest gets. At some point during this entire discussion, it was revealed that Sneako had lied about a $20 million deal at some point, that he was offered a contract, but in reality, he never even saw a contract at all, and he likes to parade his rejection of a $20 million gambling deal to showcase how he's so holy and better than others, because he's not promoting sin to his audience. Some gambling company came to his defense to say they offered him a deal that he rejected, but that doesn't mean he didn't lie about this so-called $20 million deal that XQC had apparently taken himself. What's funny about all of this is that Sneako is so adamant that he's promoting virtue and proper values to his fans, but the fact of the matter is that he's actually cultivating an audience of young drones who have these very toxic attitudes and outlooks in life. Ever meet a Sneako fan? No? Good for you, because if you ever have the displeasure of meeting one, prepare to meet some of the most racist, most homophobic, most misogynistic individuals on the planet. People that believe in insane conspiracy theories, who say some of the most foul shit imaginable, and sexualize women in ways that I thought was left in the past century. XUC said it himself in the best way XUC can. Sneako has no integrity or logical consistency.
Here's a hot take about like, even though I'm not religious, I can't really speak for the people that are religious. The thing I can observe as an outsider though is that a lot of times I feel like people that like bring the message of God, or whatever, they pick and choose what messages and what facets and what morals from the religion they take, and they push other people that, oh no, this is not what God does. But I do a bunch of things that God doesn't do, but that's okay. But you can't do what God doesn't go. It's like, dude, like stop picking and choosing. If you're for yourself, you're gonna pick and choose for other people as well. You're gonna have to maintain some sort of level of integrity at one point. That's my take about it. It's like when Sneako says, God made guy and girl for guy to fuck girl. Also, blah 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 blah. Whatever the fuck. Religion this, religion that, and then he sits at the fucking Red Rock and gambles in front of me and asks me for money. Like, brother, you're gonna have to have integrity across the board. Okay, although you can't just pick and choose, bro. Like
that because
Sneako is always saying how something is bad and that others aren't allowed to do it, yet it's somehow okay when he does something that also doesn't align with his moral compass. It's because Sneako isn't a real individual. He's a liar and a fraud who parades this religious mass because that's what's keeping him relevant. Or at least it's keeping him relevant for the moment. He can't even argue his own religion's rhetorics correctly or understand religious states. What makes anyone think that Sneako is a proper source to listen to? He simply isn't. It's a grift really, all in all. Sneako is an idiot that doesn't really understand logical consistency or even know how to debate morals, as he has no ground or beliefs of his own. And this drama really showcases all of this in the best way possible. Anyways, this is another short video for you guys today. That's all I got. Later.